Hello, namaste and welcome in the series of cybersecurity. This side is Meena and today I will discuss about how are hackers sending malicious code to their victim. Okay, there can be number of ways. Either they can send via emails, or if somebody will come on the website where this completely set up their trap. Okay, so they can also get infected from that malicious website, or in the emails they can get the malicious link, clear, or any software they can get, any document they can get, or even the normal user can download a software which looks like legitimate but that's contain malicious code. In today's session I will show you, or I can say I will demonstrate you how a hacker first of all create an attack, then how the normal user will download that attack, and how the hackers can control over the system or whatsoever they want to access, they can have access. So let's start today's session. I just here for this demonstration, for example, that's in lab environment, and I warn you, don't do it on anybody network or anybody PC. Okay, that's crime, clear. So that is tested in lab environment. For this attack I have, for example, here is a machine of the hacker. This is hacker machine. Okay, that's hacker machine, and here is the victim machine, normal user you can say. Okay, and a server where the malicious software which this hacker will create and will store it, and the normal user will download that malicious software from this web server. Okay, from this web server, clear. So just to create the malicious code I used Kali Linux, and in it I use a tool MSF Venom. Okay, and these are the commands for creating the malicious code. For example, say -p. Okay, for the this is for the platform, and for I'm just using for the Windows, clear. And the name I gave for this is exploit.exe, and I store it on the desktop. Okay, and when just I press the enters after just giving, these are the parameters for this command. Okay, and after just giving all this command, when I press enter, just it created a payload. Okay, and that is having some malicious code, and the file extension is executable. Okay, and that's the size of that file, and you can see here this exploit.exe. now it just created on the desktop of the Kali Linux. Okay, in the next step I just will transfer that particular exploit to the web server from where the normal user or the victim will download that particular software, we can say, on their machine. Okay, and here just you can see here I just copied that malicious code from the Kali Linux to the server, which is just I use the same machine to store my malicious code. Here I just transferred it, and I use the another tool, that's a MSF console is the command to access it, and that is Metasploit. With the help of the Metasploit I just run the Windows Meterpreter reverse TCP, which will find out if anybody will execute that code, they just come to know. Okay, so how it will happen? So this is I said this is my IP address of my local machine, and when anybody will execute that malicious code, I just come to know. So just I launch the exploit. Okay, and here for example, this is the victim machine, and that entered on my system or just browse on my system, where I establish a web server, and these are the softwares which I stored on my web server, and anyone who will run this exploit.exe, that is containing malicious code, and when they will run on their machine, I will come to know. For example, that user, this that is my code which is malicious. Okay, and this is the machine of normal user machine, and when this code will be executed, for example, say normal user will click on the run command, attack will execute on their machine. Okay, so let's see how. For example, the normal user started that exploit.exe on their machine, and I just received a message, one session opened. Okay, and you can see here the IP address of that machine, because that is in a lab environment. So the IP address which I am using from the private IP address range, so 192.168.1.10 is the IP address of the victim machine. Okay, and here you can say my session ID for this is 1. So I will closely look inside that session and will try to find out what I can see from that machine, or what I can get from that machine. So with the get UID command, I just come to know what is the name of that machine, which user is working on that one. So you can see here this is the detail about the machine and the username. Okay, in the next step, for example, being a hacker, I just executed that code, and I want to see where I am right now. So I run the command pwd, which will show me where I am. So that's on download folders, because the user installed the software on the downloads, and I just want to see it, what are the other files in download, and I can see here there is my malicious code which I created, okay, with the help of the MSF Venom. And here is one more document, for example, secret txt, which being a hacker I want to see in it what is in this secret document. Okay, and that was possible due to this malicious code, that was the attacker's code generated. Okay, and when I run the command cat secret.txt, it will show me what was inside that particular document or particular text file. So here was the like my credit card account details. These are the, for example, credit card number of in this text file. Okay, and I also run another command to scan what they are just typing on their PC. I also get the keys what they are just type on their machine. So you can see here, with the help of the key scan start, whatever the keystroke will be on the victim machine, I will just get a copy of it. Okay, so you can see here the user is just trying to write some command, my main, for example, say delete that n and say il, then is, okay, test, and write shift at ymail.com. For example, in some document they type my email is test at ymail.com. okay, and then I will see on the victim machine what they type in the document. Okay, being these are the on the secret document, for example, I typed my email ID is test.ymail.com, which the hacker is receiving. This is the machine of the hacker machine, okay, which I am just using as a Kali Linux. Okay, so this is hacker machine. In this way, hackers successfully will get the detail whichever they want from our computer. Clear? And all this started from that point when we downloaded a software from internet. Okay, so when we are downloading something, just keep in mind you are downloading the software from authorized vendor, and that's a legitimate software. Okay, otherwise the software that's look like very good, very obvious, legitimate, but there can be the code insert, hacker can insert the code inside that legitimate software. Okay, so follow me on the Cybersecurity Prism and get the notification for the next interesting and informative session. Also share that session with your friends and group members so that they will be able to understand how the hackers can perform an attack, how they can send the malicious code on your computer. Okay, and just running a software can give control to the hacker. Whatsoever you will type, they will get it. Whatsoever the file they want to download or upload, they can do it. Okay, and another thing they can also do, they can encrypt your file, they can delete your file. Okay, and in the next session I will discuss about what is Metasploit. Namaste, see you in the next session.